Assalamualaikum, my name is Ahmad Uzaifah bin Harudin and my matrix number is AA190159. We are diploma students from the Mechanical Engineering Department, DAM21903. Engineering Statistics, Group 9, have been commissioned to find mean, mode, median and standard deviation about the height of our class students, which consisted of 149 pupils and was divided into 5 sections in total. We have succeeded in finding solutions for those problems with collaboration of all team members and of course with the help of internet, YouTube and module as our reference. We also discussed this work together using WhatsApp because some of our friends were under isolation and not allowed to be out from the room, and that prevent us to make meeting face to face. For our question is, the height of 149 students from UTH and Pago from 5 different sections are gathered through Google Forms and distributed through WhatsApp. Below is the data that has been collected by unit in cm. We need to construct the frequency distribution table with suitable class limit, and we need to find the mean, mode, median and the standard deviation.
Hello, I am Adam Nur Azman, AA 191361. So, there are 4 columns in the feeder table: facts, ideas, learning issues, and the resources needed. The facts are each student have varying heights. Male students are taller than female students, and the number of students is 149 people. The ideas student height can be directly influenced by their parents' genetics. Number 2, males are relatively taller than females because of the growth spurt that occurs at the end of puberty instead of the beginning of puberty. Learning issues: how the biology of men are different than women. Number 2, the data retrieved could be inflated as the method of data collection is not accurate for measuring height. Resources needed are the internet, the module, books, calculator, talks, and discussion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wan Aikal Fitri Biwan Ahmad Rizali, AA190238. I'm from Group 9, Engineering Statistics. So first we must put all the data that we got into the table that consists of class limit, class boundary, class midpoint, frequency multiplied by class midpoint, and lastly frequency multiplied by class midpoint power of 2. So first we choose the class limit C is equal to 5. So for the first row, our class limit is 150 until 154 until 185 to 189. So next is class boundary. Class boundary terdiri kepada 2, that is lower boundary and upper boundary. Lower boundary is 100. We take example for the class limit 150 to 154. So lower boundary is 150 minus by 0.5 and we get 149.5. For the upper boundary is 154 plus by 0.5 and we get 154.5. So class boundary for 150 to 154 is 149.5 to 154.5. So for the class midpoint is actually the divided by actually the sum of class boundary, that is upper boundary and lower boundary, and the answer we got, we divided by 2. So we get 152. For the frequency is 7. We got 7 because the numbers between 150 to 154 in the data is 7. So the frequency is 7. Next, frequency multiplied by class midpoint. So we just take the frequency 7 and multiply by class midpoint 152. So the answer we get is 1064. And lastly, frequency multiplied by class midpoint power of 2. So we just power of 2 152, and the answer multiplied by 7, and we got 161728. So we do the same things until class limit 185 to 1889. After we have done all of that, we total the frequency multiplied by class midpoint, and the frequency multiplied by class midpoint power of 2. So the total of frequency is 149. The total of frequency multiplied by class midpoint is 25233, and the frequency multiplied by class midpoint power of 2 is 4281861. Next, the formula of mean is actually simple. The formula is total of frequency multiplied by class midpoint divided by total of frequency. So tadi we have calculate the total of frequency multiplied by class midpoint. We get the answer is 25233, and the total of frequency is 149. So the answer is 169.35.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Taufik Hidayat bin Muhammad Rasul. Nombor matrix 191989. Saya akan terangkan cara untuk mendapatkan median. Maksud median adalah data yang berada di tengah-tengah. Untuk mencari median data di dalam taburan selain kelas, yang pertama sekali kita perlu mengenal pasti dahulu min dari jumlah frekuensi. Jumlah pelajar adalah seramai 149 orang. Untuk mencari min, kita akan gunakan formula jumlah frekuensi dibahagikan dengan 2. Jadi, untuk kes ini, 149 dibahagikan dengan 2 dan kita akan dapat jawapan 74.5. Step yang kedua adalah mengenal pasti median kelas. Kita sudah dapat min iaitu 74.5. Untuk selang kelas 150 hingga 154, frekuensi adalah 7. Untuk menentukan median kelas, tambahkan setiap frekuensi dari atas ke bawah mengikut urutan selang kelas sehingga mendapatkan 74.5. Contohnya, 7 ditambahkan dengan 9, kita dapat 16. 16 kita tambah pula dengan 25 adalah 41. 41 pula kita tambah lagi dengan 20. Kita dapat jawapan 61. Apa yang kita inginkan adalah 74.5. 61 belum cukup. Jadi, kita tambah lagi dengan frekuensi kelas seterusnya. 61 kita tambahkan dengan 55, kita akan dapat 116. Sekarang kita tahu 74.5 berada di dalam selang kelas 170 hingga 174. Seterusnya, step yang ketiga, kita perlu mencari saiz kelas median. Formulanya adalah upper boundary ditolak dengan lower boundary. Untuk kes ini, 174.5 kita tolak dengan 169.5. Kita akan dapat saiz kelas median iaitu 5. Sekarang kita sudah mempunyai kesemua data yang diperlukan. Step yang terakhir adalah masukkan kesemua data ke dalam formula yang berikut. Kita akan dapat median iaitu 169.5 ditambah dengan 149/2 ditolak dengan 61 bahagi 55 dan didarabkan dengan saiz kelas median tadi. Jawapan terakhir bagi median adalah 170.73.
Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Said Fadil Hussein Azmin. My metric number is AA190314 and I'm from section 2. Okay, I will explain about mode. First of all, high class limit that have the highest frequency. In our data highest frequency class limit is 170 to 164, which has the highest frequency, that is 55. Next, we use the mode formula. Mode is equal to L plus C in bracket dB over dB plus dA. Okay. I will explain about the mode formula. L is the lower boundary for the mode class. C is the size of the class. dB is the different frequency between mode class and class before it, and dA is the different frequency between mode class and class after it. Okay. Next, we have to find the dA and the dB. To find dA, we have to use the highest frequency data, which is 55, subtract with the frequency after it, which is 22, and then we get 53. And the dB is, we use the highest frequency data, which is 55, and subtract it with the frequency before it, which is 20, and we get 35. And lastly, we put all the data, all the calculation and data into the formula, and then we put it in 169.5 plus 5 in bracket 35 over 35 plus 33. We calculate it and get 172.07 for the mode.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Nur Atira binti Muhammad Haris, AA191971. Hari ini saya akan membentangkan standard deviation. Okey, dalam slide ni kita boleh tahu formula standard deviation. Formula dia ialah 1 bahagi hasil tambah F tolak 1. F ni dia merupakan frekuensi darab dengan hasil tambah Fx kuasa 2. X ni merupakan midpoint tolak kurungan Fx tutup kurungan kuasa 2 bahagi hasil tambah F. First kali, kita masukkan sahaja data yang telah kita kumpulkan seperti frekuensi. Contohnya, 1 bahagi 149 tolak 1. 149 tu kita dapat daripada tabel iaitu frekuensi bilangan pelajar mekanikal yang ada, iaitu 149. Seterusnya, darab dengan Fx kuasa 2. Untuk mendapatkan Fx kuasa 2, frekuensi darab X kuasa 2. X tu merupakan midpoint. Sebagai contoh, 7 darab 152 kuasa 2. 9 darab 157 kuasa 2. Kita darabkan keseluruhan data yang telah kita ada. Seterusnya, tolak dengan kurungan Fx tutup kurungan kuasa 2. Untuk mendapatkannya, hasil tambah Fx, kemudian kuasa 2 kan dia. Sebagai contoh, 7 darab 152 kita akan dapat 1064. Kemudian 9 darab 157 kita akan dapat 1413. Kita buat cara begitu sampailah ke semua data yang telah kita kumpulkan. So, hasil total dia ialah 25233. Kemudian kita kuasa 2 kan dia. Selepas kita dapat begitu, kita bahagi dengan 149. Untuk mencari standard deviation, kita perlu punca kuasa 2 kan dia. Dan kita mendapat nilai 7.657.
And this is the conclusion of our study. From the above solution, we can conclude that the mean for the height of 149 students is 169.35. Now we know that the average height of student in UTHM Pago is 169.35. The median for the height of 149 students is 170.73. Now we know that the height of the student in UTHM Pago, which is in the middle between the highest and the lowest, is 170.73 centimeters. The mode for the height of 149 students is 172.07. Now we know that most people in UTHM Pago has a height of 172.07 centimeters. And last but not least, the standard deviation for the data given is 7.657.